Alright, welcome to the first review, and this is for the Clash at Daytona. I didn't do one for ARCA because I don't need to do one for ARCA. Anyhow, let's just jump straight in. Basically, not much happened in this race. I'm going to jump through each section. So we start off, and by lap 3 in the race, they're already jumping up to the high side and going single file and doing freight train racing, which is something I love to see. Not. But anyhow, we have a caution on lap 10 because of rain. First rain shower. Then we have another. Then we go back to racing. And what do we do then? Oh, we race for 1 or 2 laps, and then we go freight train racing. Freight train. Sorry if I'm spelling it wrong for you. If you need to comprehend your head. But anyhow, then we go freight train racing for a while. And then we have another caution for rain around. And then we have the caution on lap 25 for the competition caution that they have. Everyone comes to pit road. Eric Almirola and Daniel Suarez, they both end up speeding. Then we go back racing for about 10 more laps. Then we have then Daniel Suarez tests some balls, decides to make a bunch of moves, and he passes. Then the rain comes again, and we have the second rain delay. And at this point, the race is official, so people think, just put us out of our misery, please. And then nope, we still continue racing, and then we go freight train racing for like the next 20 laps. And then the inside line starts to kind of form up. And then after that, they kind of fall back. So now we're up to the point where rain is coming again, and it's a huge storm coming. The one that's going to take a long time for this to clean up. There's probably not going to be time. I know they have lights at Daytona, but they're not going to have time to clean it up, I guess, because they want to go home. Like, fuck it, let's go home. And then the most controversial move of the race happens, and I'll give you my opinion on it. So Jimmie Johnson is like, oh shit, I got to start making a move. So from what I saw on the replay, Jimmy is going to go to the inside to make a move. He does come up, and it looked a little bit like Paul came down, just a little bit, not much. But unfortunately, Jimmy got into Paul. It was unintentional. I was either side draft or got up into him. Was unintentional. I like to point that out. Was an intentional crash. He didn't do it on purpose. He's trying to make a move to win the race. And then unfortunately, because of that, Jimmy gets into him and wrecks all but 3. And now this is the crazy thing. All but 3 of the drivers are involved in the wreck. So the only 3 that weren't involved were Kurt, Jamie. No, Jamie got involved, I thought. I think it was Jamie, Kurt. No, it's Kurt, Ryan Blaney, and Joey Logano. My apologies. And it takes everybody out. Unfortunately, the dominant car of the race, Paul Menard, which got to give Paul props. He dominated this race because no one tried to do anything, but still Paul Menard dominated, and he had his most dominant race I think he's ever had in his career. I think the last time he dominated a race may have been Road America, but I don't even remember if he dominated that race in Xfinity. But still, Paul Menard was the dominant car. Unfortunately, got wrecked. It wasn't intentional. He said Jimmy wrecks people all the time, but and then in the end, NASCAR decides we're gonna call the race because they have to bring him in because of the rain, and he calls the race. And Jimmie Johnson, yes, you're hearing that right, Jimmie Johnson is the winner of the 2019 Clash at Daytona. Let me give you a little explanation about what this race was. Beginning of the race to almost the last couple laps. One of the biggest problems for me about restrictor plate racing today. Everybody runs up high, up in the high line, and doesn't want to fucking make a move. And it's annoying as shit. It's annoying for the fans watching. I was watching the race, and I was like, can we do something? Can someone make a fucking move? And I'm just sitting here like, are we going to do it, or are we not going to do it? And then we don't do it, and then we don't do it, and then we just all fall back because we're a bunch of pussies. Anytime someone makes a move, I'm like, that driver has some balls. And then this is where it baffles me. People are getting pissed off and trying to say Jimmie Johnson should be disqualified for intentionally, which I've already mentioned is not an intentional wreck, but wrecking Paul Menard and causing the big one. It was unintentional, okay? Let's get that shit out of the fucking way before we continue. Jimmy's the only one in usually these races who has some sort of balls to try to make a move because everyone likes to run up on the high line and not do anything. And Jimmy's thinking, can we do something? This race is boring. I hate watching this race. It's annoying to watch. And then you have all these soy boy motherfuckers complaining on Twitter saying Jimmy's win should be taken away. The NASCAR community is ridiculous right now. It is unbelievable how many people are complaining. I would like to mention that, and not to mention, this is not a fucking race that matters. It doesn't matter. It's the Clash. It's the damn Clash. All you're going for is to win. It's not for anything else. You're not going for points. It's not like Daytona 500. If people are getting this mad about the Clash, then I can't wait for what happens in Daytona 500. I'll give you my opinion about it. Jimmy should have taken responsibility. He should have. He should take more responsibility. And yes, he did wreck him. I'm not saying he didn't wreck him and acting like a blind Jimmy fan. He wrecked him, okay? I'm not saying he didn't wreck him. And he should have taken more responsibility. But how the fans treat Jimmy Johnson sometimes is unreal. It's ridiculous. So many fans hate Jimmy Johnson. It's unreal. I don't like Jimmy Johnson. Sometimes Jimmy deserves the hate that he gets, but... he doesn't really deserve as much of this. I get that he wrecked the field and Singer are going to be pissed off about it because some of their favorite drivers were involved in the wreck. And I get it. I get why you're pissed off. But at the same time, we can't just take a win. And then I want to point this out about him going under the line. So it looked like from an image I saw that he went below the yellow line, right? Well, if you actually look, he's trying to avoid a wreck that's happening. Similar to the car. Now, let me give you a perfect example. The 2006 Bud shootout that happened. Carl Lambers got penalized for this, and a lot of fans were pissed off about this. Jimmy's trying to avoid the wreck because Paul Menard, it looks like, is going to come back down. So Jimmy's thinking, oh, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go straight and get involved in the wreck? Or am I supposed to go down to below to avoid the wreck? And I think NASCAR's like, you know what? We're not going to intentionally penalize because he got forced below the yellow line, and he was trying to avoid the wreck. And it's crazy how many of these fans are acting today, man. This race was not good. And I'll say this race is just a mess in a nutshell. He wrecks out the field, and it's like, Jimmy. I'm like, Jimmy, why? Why? But at the same time, it's like, Jimmy won the race. It's like, it's been crazy. It was a crazy race, to say at the least. Can I just point this out? Again, it's not for points. It's nothing else but bragging rights. Can't wait for Daytona to see what happens when this shit happens. Oh my god, the fans. It's like, this race doesn't even matter. It's all as it's for bragging rights. Let the shit go. This shit happens all the time. It's the fucking Clash. Same thing happened to Hamlin and Keselowski, even though I think Hamilton can. But same thing happened to Hamlin and no one's fucking complaining. It's like, it's like it's crazy to me. But anyway, I'm Daniel. Thank you guys for watching my Clash review. Oh, before I end it, race 6 out of 10, not that good. But anyway, you'll see these videos every week. I'll have a review for the trucks, the Cup Xfinity, whenever I have IndyCar races. Just stay tuned for that. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys for another video. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and turn your notifications on so you know when a video is coming to me. Thank you guys. I'm sorry, not to me. What am I saying? But to you guys, so you can be notified when my videos are going live and when you guys can see it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys for Thursday's Thursday's Gander RV duels at Daytona. See you guys there.